Hello and welcome to my review of the Gemmy Airblown Inflatable 9 by 11.5 foot long animated pirate ship. This sold at Lowe's in 2017 and retail for $199. This has made an appearance in my 2021 and 2022 Halloween displays and I think even a vlog, but I've yet to give it its own review. What prompted me to do that was two reasons, the first of which is you guys suggested it, and secondly, you may have seen the new pirate ship Lowe's is going to be getting this year. It was posted on Facebook a couple weeks ago, and I'm not a fan of it at all, way too cutesy. To me, this is one of the greatest pirate ships Gemmy has ever made, second to only the shipwrecked one that Grandin Road had the honor of selling along with Yard Inflatables back in 2010 or 2011. But this one does hold the title for biggest pirate ship produced by Gemmy, so I guess I wanted to go back in time a little bit to when the designs could really hold their own and had a lot more detail packed into them. Now, I did not purchase this design when it first came out. I don't really know why. I think I was probably just hung up on the dragons at that point, and my 12-year-old self didn't exactly have the funds to get both, but I definitely love seeing it in store when I would ask my mom to go probably 3 times a week just to see the inflatables on the top shelf. In 2017 and 18, Lowe's had this amazing holiday living or haunted living treasure chest box art. It was unlike anything we'd ever seen. Has this nice steel border going around it, kind of this wooden backdrop, and then an oversized picture of the inflatable at the front. It was very unique at the time. They used it for 2 years before switching over to the standard airblown inflatable box art, which could not hold a candle to this one. This one is very memorable and much appreciated by me, along with a lot of other collectors. Shifting gears to the top of the box, you can see it's a little damaged. That's just because of the inflatables I put on top of this in storage. That's on me. I feel bad, but what's done is done. I've tried to keep the rest of the box in as good condition as possible. The tear at the front, which I know you noticed, was not my fault. I'm pretty sure that was the seller when he kind of stripped away the sale tag that they would put on the front for when they marked it 50 or 75% off or whatever it was. I think they just kind of peeled it off and it took a little bit of the box with it. The pirate spins, self-inflates in seconds, lights up, and then stakes and tethers included. Move down to the bottom, you got your Gemmy Industries Corp and all that info there. And then lastly, holiday living. So without further delay, let's go ahead and open up the Gemmy Airblown Inflatable 2017 animated pirate ship. Now that it's all spread out, this inflatable inflates pretty tight and rather quickly with a YEF 200 fan. I have had to stake it down just because it really likes to lean backwards. The fan is located not in the middle, more towards the middle and then back a little bit. So its point of balance isn't really correct. It very much likes to lean that way, and I've had to kind of combat that with staking it a little bit. I've got one leg of the fan staked. It's staked twice over here and only once there, just fulfilling the minimum requirement for getting it exactly how I want it. So let's go ahead and plug it in. Well, you may notice the lighting looks a little bit different than yesterday, and that is because when I went to film, the wind picked up and all you heard was that background static noise. Nothing of what I was actually saying, but taking just 17 seconds to inflate, this pirate ship I really do feel is one of Gemmy's best modern Halloween designs. Whether it's cloth wrapped around one of the railings, a lookout pirate, or even a parrot, this truly is a great inflatable. To start out with the bow, you've got 3 circular windows with a little bit of detail, just those circles. It's nothing too special. I also do apologize for kind of the moisture on the inflatable. I'm having to get this done early so I can edit it and get it out in time. You've got 3 cannons, of which I feel the only way they can improve upon them is putting a blinking C7 in each. I'd recommend it be red. It looked like they're firing. I think that'd be a great detail to throw in there. Go overboard with a sound box, that'd be excellent. The square windows at the back, the only way I feel you can make those better, you'd have to make the pirate ship, first of all, huge, about 15 feet long. Have that green be clear material and actually put a pirate in there. Really haven't done a colossal. They, I think, consider this a colossal at the time, but it doesn't feel that way. It's big, don't get me wrong, but compared to like colossal inflatables, it's just not in that line to me. I mentioned the cloth wrapped around the railings, and it's actually covering this inflatable. You've got it on the stern, the other railing, up top with the sail, and then even with the lookout pirate, there's some as well. You've got a C7 in him, along with 7 others. You've got some in each character, one by the window, which is actually kind of far back. It doesn't light it up very well at night, which you will see later in the review. You only have one by the cannons, and that probably bothers me the most on this inflatable. That detail there, when the other one should light up and you kind of only get that one to illuminate. Another one in the bow, and then the only one visible left is with this pirate with the purple vest. He's holding a nice sword. On the shipwrecked pirate ship, this part was animated. He was waving a sword around. It looked great. We do have an animated feature, and that is with the lookout pirate, but I feel like they could have done maybe 1 or 2 more, especially with the sword. And then I was noticing right here, this would be a great opportunity to have that wheel going back and forth. However, I do feel that this pirate ship needs to be bigger to put in all the features that I'm recommending. It could be maybe $250, even $300 if they wanted to go insane. The pirate ship concept has so much potential. I feel that they could honestly create anything they wanted. This design to start out is amazing, but I mean, throw in all those details that I was mentioning and you've got yourself, honestly, an inflatable to rival the cemetery arch. And I know that's probably crazy for me to say, but I really do think that if they put in all those details, this 15-foot long design that I'm dreaming of will go down as maybe the best of all time. A bigger scale would also allow for things that weren't otherwise possible, and that is putting some sort of decorative detail at this very front. You know, some sort of angel spreading her wings or something like that. This is so skinny, there's no way in hell that could happen. But if they made it thicker, if the whole thing was a lot larger, then that is a doable feat. It's pretty normal for them to do it right here. They've done it with the gargoyle and skull and all that, but never to where it protrudes out at the end. That is much more difficult, and like I said, requires kind of just a whole different inflatable period. Taking a closer look at the captain, he's got his rib cage exposed, wearing a nice red jacket with some yellow lining. He also has a nice parrot, which I don't feel matches the rest of this inflatable, but that's not a complaint. I think the addition of a parrot is really nice, but when you look at those eyes, and then you look at kind of this very extravagant detailing of his skull along with his pirate crewmates, they do feel a little bit mismatched. The pumpkin pirate emblem can be seen twice on the inflatable, first of which on the captain's hat, and then secondly back here on the flag, a little bit larger this time. Only problem is when it's not windy, it sags like this and you don't get to appreciate it. The good part about pirate ships is that when it's windy, the sails and flags move around, which looks great. As long as it's a slight breeze and not overpowering, it's just the perfect amount to get a really nice effect. You're given 2 tether attachments, the first of which right there, and then of course on the other side, you've got a zipper by the fan and then another on the lookout pirate. While I do wish I had a few more of those, I'm a massive fan of this pirate ship. Thank you all so much for watching my review, and I'll see you later. Peace out. Bye.